Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. You might think of Prime as only a way to get fast, free delivery, or maybe as the place to stream movies, shows, and sports. But it's actually way more than that. Maybe you've got a passion or a hobby. Prime can help you get the most out of it. Whether you're streaming documentaries on marine animals, ordering action figure stands with free one-day delivery, or finding the perfect playlist to impress that special someone, Prime makes it easier and faster to do what you love. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
All right, how's it going? Everyone happy? Say hello to my far left. Producer Mike is with us, makes it all happen.
What's up, everybody?
In the middle seat, you might know him from shows like 60 Minutes, but somehow we get him to do a dumb tennis podcast also. Jon Wertheim is with us. I'm going to tell you my experience. Do any of y'all actually listen to Served at all? You do? Great. Perfect. Then I don't have to explain what we do. We're a podcast where we basically just talk a lot of trash, tell you why we love this game so much. The last 14 hours, and I've had a lot of history in this building behind us. The last 14 hours has been amazing, right? They announced the mixed doubles, and you can have your opinions. Maybe it's too much. Maybe it's, I bet you watched it.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet you enjoyed it. Now, working off of the model of success from the last 2 days, as far as attendance, we're not getting into the arguments on, listen, we have to respect the way the game has always been and all of that. So I totally get that argument. And also, how do we melt that with the success we saw for the last 2 days, where people got to come see the best players in the world for free on Louis Armstrong the first day, and then packed Arthur Ashe Stadium last night? Not easy to make a decision. That changes everything we know. I give credit for taking a swing, and I thought the mixed doubles was an overwhelming success.
Yeah. We need a tennis phrase, right? We have like slam dunks and home runs. We need this was an absolute win, and what's going to be interesting to me is to see what the other majors are going to do, because don't think that they weren't paying attention and realizing how successful that was.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of different ways that I've already been thinking about, and what I like to do is watch, consume, and then come out here and say, hey, what if we take what we saw and the interest and the focus on doubles, which doesn't exist at slams right now, right? This is a new thing where we had the attention of the tennis universe inside of that stadium on the great game of doubles, which, from the feedback we've gotten, has been the goal for a long time, right? And now, is it at the expense of doubles players? Absolutely. Is there a way to create a play-in tournament? Is there a way to create more places in the draw to kind of fix what problems people might have with the format, with the successes from last night? I think there is, but you have to establish a precedent of success before you can actually expand and adjust. And I think the USTA did that, and a lot of people got to see a lot of great players for free, so I think that's pretty cool. I think that's worthy of applause.
Yeah. You also like that sort of the match within the match of, could the one team that does this as professionals that are committed, defending champions, how would they, so neither of them in the singles draw, how are they going to square off against these shotgun marriages? So you sort of had this battle within a battle. I mean, the one thing to remember is that one of the reasons this was a success was the short format, right? I mean, the stars are here to win the singles titles. You can't have a 64 draw. You can't have a 32 draw. These, races to 4, I think, were the way to go. What if next year, though, the winners of the mixed at the previous majors got automatic wild cards into this?
I'll even go crazier. You ready for this? One, I think there is more space. Props to Irani and Vavasori also. It's a lot of pressure when, one, because they just played so well and they brought so much energy and they were so good at what they did. They know the game of doubles backwards, and frankly, they exposed the singles players, and as you call it, JW, the shotgun marriages. Iga Swiatek doesn't play doubles, right? But props to her for going out there and taking a swing in a kind of in a sport that is uncomfortable for her. It's not natural. She doesn't practice it. But Arani and Vavasori, not only playing for the prize money, the prestige, they're playing for every player that doesn't play singles and plays doubles as a living. That's a lot of responsibility. To come out and do what they did last night, nothing but respect for them. It was just an amazing. And also, to me, it was fascinating because, I was okay at doubles. I won, 5 tournaments. We won Indian Wells on accident one time. But the way that they were applying real estate and taking away advantages and knowing where to be, that is a lifetime of repetition. I suspect it had to be fun for them to be able to do that against players where the ball's coming off differently, right? Iga Swiatek hits a different ball than most players that would be in the mixed doubles draw. But the way that they were able to kind of guard against Arani's serve, which is not the strong suit of her game, with Vavasori kind of going with confuse and conquer at the net. I just found the mashup fascinating, even past just the star power. And also props to the players, because a lot of the conversation was around this being an exhibition. Will people actually try? If it's not the most important thing, and if it's not the reason why Iga Swiatek is coming to New York, she's coming because she's marching through history trying to run up her slam count, right? If those players are coming here, are they going to care? The fact that they're questioning calls, Iga's pissed after every shot she misses, did wonders for the credibility and the questions that I think people had around this event. So props to the players for showing up, understanding the incitement, and doing the job. Draper and Pegula going into different formations right away. It was so much fun for me. I don't know how it could have been better, aside from, Arani Vavasori, they did it. They shut a lot of people up, including myself. So I'll be the first to raise my hand and give props. They were absolutely amazing. How do you create more space, right, for doubles players that play year-round? Obviously, more than worthy to be in that event. I like your idea. Is it the previous 4 major winners, automatic entry into the draw? That'd be pretty cool. Or do we throw back? So this is called the U.S. Open, right? And this is a huge idea. This is not easy to implement. What if the public could sign up and there was a year-long playoff where I could enter with Kim Kleisters, even though we don't play anymore?
Could John and I enter? Oh.
I mean, you guys could enter for at least one round, which you would lose because I've seen you all play tennis.
Oh, I think we'd do well.
Yeah.
Williams?
But what if it's a true open? What if this is the vehicle to where you might be in Branson, Missouri, and it's like, okay, there's 8 other teams here. There's a regional qualifier. Maybe it's done in October, and you just get to at least try to participate. I don't know. And maybe you end here. That's the hope. That's the dream. And if nothing else, you can tell your neighbor who knows nothing about tennis, oh, yeah, I played in the U.S. Open. No problem. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
What do you think about those apples, JW?
I like opening it up. I just, I was at the gym this morning and
No, you weren't. Nope.
We're going to do ab day later. So someone said it. I went to the tennis last night, and I didn't know which one was Sarah and which one was Andrea. And by the end, and then he said, by the end, I was a fan of them both, and I'm so pumped for the U.S. Open. So before we go, let's just take a minute. It's Thursday at 2:00 in the afternoon, and we just opened the show talking mixed doubles. That in itself is sort of proof of concept. So big win for the USTA and the U.S. Open. Yeah, and we'll move on because we do have our live draw show that we do in a little bit of a different way. We've always done them in the studio. We've never done one live, so this is great because I get to make the wrong picks in front of other people and not just these two. But listen, the mixed was just an overwhelming success. Props to them. Not an easy call to make. We had Eric Buderak and Stacey Allister, who run the U.S. Open, on our show when they announced what this format was going to be, and I had a lot of questions, like how is this actually going to work? You're going to piss a lot of people off. Not an easy call to make, and I hope they feel good, because whether you think it's imperfect and you still have one opinion, there's no way that you could have watched the enthusiasm inside of that building and say, you know what, they were 100% wrong. Now, you can say they were wrong maybe on some things, and maybe there are some adjustments to be made, but I think that swing had to be taken to put those amount of eyeballs, and I can't even imagine what the TV rating was with all that drama last night, to put those amount of eyeballs. That was not an easy call, so props. A lot of time the biggest ideas aren't the easiest ideas, so props to the U.S. Open. Another thing, and it's just amazing, we were doing our pre-show kind of rundown, which takes all of about 3 minutes each time.
and we were just casually sitting up in one of the suites that they let us sit in. And I mean, if Novak Djokovic walks out just to practice. Now, when I played, it was closed, right? There was not a lot of there was no one there. There was no atmosphere. The fact that you might be able to bring whoever's crying over there to see Novak Djokovic and get your ball signed and have access to a hard set of Zverev and Djokovic and have proximity and watch dummies talk about a podcast and mixed doubles and stuff. What's better than 2 weeks of the U.S. Open?
Say 3
weeks.
There you go.
Yep.
There was only one answer. 3 weeks of the U.S. Open. So props, a lot of good stuff. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out and supporting this great game of tennis. Anything else before we get to the draw show and I explain how we do it?
I was thinking last year we did this and we talked about how the heat and humidity was going to be a big factor, and if it was going to be a stinking hot day like that, which players would that impact? Not a lot of heat and humidity going on here.
A little windy.
Windy.
We all know the best thing for audio during a podcast is a lot of wind. Not true. Okay, so the way that we do our draw show is a little bit different than the way most people make predictions. I have not seen either draw. I have been ducking conversations for the better part of the last hour and a half since the draw came out, so I don't know. I haven't had time to read it. I haven't had time to digest it. These two have read it. They've digested it. I have not seen it. So I'm going to make all of the picks. I'm going to get you to a winner at some point. Yell at me. Tell me when you think I'm wrong. Let's discuss it. This is all fun. We have no rules on our show. So what are we doing first, Mike? Are we doing men's or women's draw first?
We're going to do the women's. But also, let's remind people that you guys can see the brackets up on those screens. You can scan the QR codes, and you guys can actually pick along this U.S. Open against Andy and Jon. So you guys can get bragging rights.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A little served bracket challenge.
Wait, look at you.
Right.
This is fancy.
We met a guy named Bracket Baron. He's back there. He built this bracket for us.
Okay, so wait, let's go through that again. So they scan the QR code and they can
scan the QR code. If you guys are watching it, you can scan the QR code on screen.
Cool.
If not, hit the show description, and you guys can pick along Andy Roddick and Jon Wertheim, and then you guys can blow them up in the comment section.
And
It's awesome.
And we have an ongoing bracket challenge too, where basically you can pick against us and then talk trash when you beat us eventually. You'll definitely beat Jon. I will be a little bit tougher, but we'll get there. So
We do have a redraw. Just we've baked in the fact that we miss a lot of picks, so there will be a redraw show as well.
we did our draw show exactly one time before we realized that we probably needed to do a redraw show the next time. So I have the women's draw. You can see it's covered. I haven't seen it yet. I always know who's going to be at the top. This wind is just really fun. All right. Woo. Flipping it over.
Man, we need some windscreens.
I'd rather have a phone and a QR code. So obviously up top, Arina Sabalenka has been simultaneous. Oh, yeah. Okay. Apparently, if you're number one in the world, people like it. My opinion, she's been the best player in the world so far this year and yet to win a major. Lost some heartbreakers this year, but overall, I always kind of tend to want to write her in very deep in the draw immediately. Okay, so in her section, we got Masarova serves well. Tall is probably as tall as Arina Sabalenka, but there's just not a world where I don't have Arina into the third round. Kudermetova, but it's not the one who just made the semis in Cincinnati. Buskova still in the tournament in Mexico on line 6, so curious to see how she flies from Mexico, adjusts, and I guarantee you it's a little bit hotter there right now. Leylah Fernandez looks like in the third round. Yep. Leylah, big win in Washington, right? We all remember her run where she played Emma Raducanu here. It was like the absolute fairy tale run for both of them. Love her attitude. I just love everything about Leylah Fernandez, which is why I hate to tell you that she's going to lose in the third round. Yeah, that won't be the last time. Let's get the booze going early. I have Arina Sabalenka to the fourth round. If you don't, that makes me happy because it means I'm going to beat you at least on that section. Elise Mertens is just such a pro. Pro's pro, great at singles, great at doubles. Been playing very well for a long time. Actually, JW, do you have Arina? Any feedback? Arina to the fourth round?
She has so Sabalenka's won. Let's see. Let's do the math real quick in our head. What did she win? 17 matches at majors this year. That's a lot of matches. but she hasn't won a major.
Yep.
She is the defending champion, so in a way, she's kind of playing in a weird way to salvage her year, though she's number one. But yeah, the other thing, too, we talk about Sabalenka sometimes, and early on the appeal was she was an up-and-down player, and it was sort of Arctic or Sahara, and now she's really a reliable winner, and she may not be winning these majors, but she ain't losing in week one.
Well,
so credit to her.
And also, there's a conversation to be had around if you've won as many matches as she's won this year and played as well as she's played in majors, and people are disappointed. That means you're really good at your job. Like, you have reset expectations to a level where it's slam or bust, and that's where she. But that's almost a compliment to her that we expect her to win a major every year. She is in that category now. First ballot Hall of Famer, number one in the world, win a million times. Never have to wonder what she's thinking, which I like. Okay, so I have Mertens through to the third round in the next section. Sorry? Yeah. Do what? She's going to get the U.S. Open. All right, we've got one that
Mertens
says,
is going to win the US
she says, screw the rest of your draw show. Thank you for
All right,
watching.
thanks, guys. See you
Serena
later.
Sabalenka is going to win the U.S. Open.
It's been fun.
I like Clara Tauson to the fourth round in that next section over Elise Mertens in the third round. Tauson has been playing great of late. Had a nice run in I forget what the women were in Montreal.
Beat Iga.
Beat Iga a couple of weeks ago in Montreal on her way to the semis there. Beat Maddie Keys as well, I think. Great big hitter. This surface should fit her very well. Sabalenka Tauson in the fourth round. The next section, so this is like a sleeper for the tournament, is Elena Rybakina. Wimbledon champion. It's just a matter of if she's had enough matches, if she can stay on the court, if she's healthy. Played well in D.C. I think she made like the semis. Toronto, she made final or semis. Lost to Mboko, who is like my new favorite. We had her on the show last week, and she is just so
awesome.
cool.
Oh, wow.
What a cool person she is. And then played well again in Cincinnati. She's playing deep into tournaments consistently. Watch out for Elena Rybakina. I have her through to the fourth round. Also, Kudermetova, Veronika Kudermetova, not to be confused with
Paulina.
Yeah, Polina on line 4. They are sisters. It's not just coincidence. Kudermetova made the semis of Cincinnati last week, so also in form, but I just don't see anyone stopping Elena Rybakina.
You got Roddick in there.
To the fourth round. McCartney Kessler, an American, sneaks in with the 32nd seed. Plays Magda Linette from Poland first round. Magda Linette goes big from the ground, is a bit of a streaky player. I am not going to choose against. I'm going to accuse me of being a homer. This is where I always get in the combo. You just took the American to the third round. I did. Yeah. I like Jasmine Paolini. Watch out for Eva Jovic. Can you tell us a little bit about Jovic from America? Is she 17 now, John?
She's 17 years old from Southern California, from San Diego, and won a match here last year. Yeah, see? I see Padres hat there. She is a very talented young player, and she's really moving up the ranks very smoothly. That's a winnable match for her, and then likely she'll play Paolini next. That could be a little tricky. Does anyone not like Jasmine Paolini? If you were doing, remember Q ratings? If you were just doing popularity, Jasmine Paolini, I submit, is impossible not to like, and is playing really well as well. You have Kessler. Who do you have?
I have Kessler to the third round. I have Paolini Rybakina to the fourth round. And this is the part where I delay my picks and go through the next section because I don't know who I'm going to pick in that matchup yet.
All right, hold on.
But Paolini, to echo what you're saying, she comes through. She's never been ranked top 50 in the world. And if you rewind all the way back to 16 months ago, right. She makes the finals of the French Open. You go, what a great story. What a great tournament. That was fun. She makes the finals of Wimbledon. And you go, man, this is a hot streak. This is a great 5 or 6 weeks. Amazing. What a year. Oop, don't look at the men's draw. She's here to stay. This has been just an elevated performance from her. She's so much fun to watch. I don't feel like she's ever in a bad. Cheers, thank you. She's awesome. I couldn't think more of her. Also, props to her. She stayed until 1 in the morning to watch her doubles partner, Ronnie, awesome. Last night. That's cool stuff. I love Jasmine Paolini. All right, another one of my favorites, Jess Pegula, seeded number 4.
Oh, yeah.
Buffalo here.
Last year's U.S. Open finalist, it warmed my heart because every conversation around Jess Pegula before last year eventually got to the place where she is 3 in the world, but she's never made it past the quarterfinals of a slam, as if that discounts everything else that she accomplished in the game, which I fully disagree with. Beat Iga in the quarters, makes it to the finals, plays arena tough. Couldn't have been happier for Jess Pegula. If you like her as a player, you would like her more as a person. Love Jess Pegula. She has not been playing as well as she normally does in the U.S. hardcourt season, right? Even though she's seeded 4, a lot of those points are on the back of last year's result here. She is looking for something. She played pretty well in the mixed doubles. I like Jess Pegula to make it through to at least the third round. And then you know what's fun is when you get someone who's been number 1 in the world, who's won a bunch of slams,
Yeah, exactly.
who's unseeded. As I peek down, I see Victoria Azarenka. She's played a couple of finals here against someone named Serena Williams. I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard of Serena Williams. I like...
Who do you like
That's
here?
a tough one. Yastremska, Pavlyuchenkova. I'm going Pavlyuchenkova, upset special over Yastremska. I'm going with her to the third round against Pegula, and I've really gotten myself into a mess
Oh, man.
because
All right.
this bracket could be blown right open. I'm going Pegula to the fourth round.
Whoa.
John,
Are you guys coming? Who here is coming back next week for the tennis to see the first round? All right.
Good.
There's some real. I'm just looking at there's some really kind of sneaky, tasty matches here. Keep an eye on Alexandra Ayala, who will have a huge Filipino backing here. This is McCartney Kessler, if you have not seen her play. Andy talked about this ascent. Victoria Azarenka, great champion. Who knows how many more U.S. Open she has. This is kind of a sneaky, fun first round so far. But I have Yastremska beating Pegula to get to the fourth round.
You have Yastremska beating Pegula to get to the fourth. He did it.
No, booze.
Yes.
All
Fuck
right.
it, John. He does this. He does this all the time.
We're just being contrarian here.
He just drops it into the middle of a perfectly civil draw show.
I gotta say though, there are a lot of toss-ups here so far.
There are.
All right, let's.
Samsonova, Jean.
I'll tell you guys something about Samsonova. She has a superstition where you know who she is playing in her next round match. It is Juan of China. She does not know because she doesn't like to know the identity of her opponents till like.
Who's that, Samsonova?
Yeah.
Wait. She doesn't like looking ahead, or she doesn't.
No,
like,
at all.
No,
Like,
she'll go into the first round and just
that she
show
might-
up on
she'll
court and
find
be
out-
like, "Oh, it's her."
she might find out that more. Do I need to practice with a lefty or righty? But I'll tell you a quick story. We had to interview her at Wimbledon. She's lovely. She's really cool. But the one condition. Sometimes, please don't ask her about X, Y, and Z. This was, please be sure not to mention her next opponent. Because
That's crazy.
Wait. Like, I've heard about not looking ahead. Like, I didn't really want to know. It does you no good to like know who you might play in the quarters
just
9 days later in your life. You're saying that she has the choice of knowing who she's going to play
And doesn't
to
wanna
think
know.
about it, digest it,
Doesn't wanna go
adjust for it, maybe practice things that might be effective against said human. And she's like, nah, bro.
and she's a top 20 player.
And
It's
she's
working
seeded
for her.
17. I don't know.
Don't tell her. So we all.
Andy,
don't-
you would
don't
have
tell
seen the draw, and
Samsonova.
you would have wanted to know everything about that person right away.
Yes, I'm sorry. I might be crazy, but given the choice of more information or less information, I generally choose more.
Yeah.
Especially when it pertains to the job that I have to do like 3 days from now.
He's weird that way.
Yeah, let's call me crazy. That's a kind of a fun little tidbit. It's like why it's good to have a 60 Minutes journalist on your squad for little tidbits like
Hard-hitting
that.
journalism there. All right, what else we got here?
Personality,
look at
are you an influencer now?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
was
an
it?
influencer.
Yeah. So all of that. So
All right.
Samsonova,
I like Sam against. Oh man.
I have heard of
Bencic, former semifinalist here. I like Samsonova. Get this, Samsonova.
What are you going to do?
I haven't looked at the. I have her at least in the quarters.
You have Samsonova at least in the quarters.
Wow.
All right. Let's
Okay.
let's proceed, shall
Well,
we?
just stop talking crap. Download
All right.
the QR code and tell him he's wrong. Put in your own
Exactly.
picks.
in a matter of days, we will know how foolhardy this is.
Gosh, you just take swings.
Good athlete, hard courts. All right, what else?
You don't even have the excuse of not having seen it yet.
What?
So you have Samsonova beating Yastremska, Samsonova in the quarters.
I don't know. We maybe keep going.
I'm sorry. Okay, that's
maybe the ride
JW.
isn't
I
over.
gotta keep track of his picks and my picks. I'm going Bencic to play Pegula in the round of 16.
All right.
And if you haven't, if you go to our YouTube channel and see Serve Media, maybe some of you have seen the Love All podcast with Social Sophie, who is here,
yeah.
and we'll say hello at some point maybe, and Kim Kleisters. They had Belinda Bencic on, and Kim was like the trailblazer for, listen, I know that I've had a kid, I've had a baby, and then I'm also going to come back and win this exact tournament after giving birth. Belinda Bencic is so cool. The fact that she's back at 16 in the world after having started the year outside of the top 300 after being off for 18 months to have her child. She is one of the coolest people ever. If you have not watched that interview with the two moms talking about how to come back and play top-level tennis again, it's a conversation worth watching. I have Bencic through to the round of 16 because there's no way I can tell you to go watch that and then not choose her.
Yikes.
Emma Navarro.
Whoa. All right.
Semi-finalist last year
lot of
has
points to
been an
defend.
absolute revelation over the last, inside of the last 2 years. What do you do with this? Like, when you're looking at draws, I have a recency bias that weighs pretty heavy on my analysis. So just saying that, I don't know where I'm going yet. Oh, Vicky Mboko is in her section of the draw.
Oh, forget it. Yeah.
So I talked about my recency bias without actually getting to the Mboko part. Mboko plays Krejcikova first round. This is a good stack section. Krejcikova has won the French Open and Wimbledon. Raise your hand if you've done that.
Yeah, exactly. and went to a Liberty game.
Good. Not just me then. Danilovic is tall lefty, big kick serve.
Yeah.
Played the mixed doubles with Novak Djokovic. This is a tough section. I am going with
What do you got here?
Mboko to the fourth round.
There we go.
All right.
And I will fill in all of the picks, and you can see it on our channel in case you want to use that information however you would like to use that information later. But skipping some steps, I like Mboko through to the fourth round in Emma Navarro's section. The next one down, Wood. All right. Leonard Team's winning it all.
Leonard T.
He hasn't seen the draw yet, dude. He hasn't seen the draw yet. Hold on.
Leonard Team's winning it all. I hope you're right, and I'll take that bet right now. If you go see Side Stage, I got $100 waiting for you.
All right.
I hope you're right. I like Leonard Tien a lot.
Andy hasn't seen the draw yet, so we'll.
Yeah, I haven't
Get to you.
seen Leonard
All
Tien's draw yet, but I still think I would bet 100 against it, even though I really like him.
Can we give a 10 seconds of love to Katie McNally? Nice comeback. Had some injuries. Pride of Cincinnati.
Yeah, we're done with you.
All right.
All right, Yelena Ostapenko qualifier. Taylor Townsend, an upset special over Ostapenko. I got Taylor Townsend in the third round. Oh, but then Mira Andreeva's down there. Alicia Parks
That's
first
an
round.
interesting. That's a great server against a good return against a great returner. That's an intriguing. I'm telling you, the first round's got some really sneaky.
I'll tell you just the way the scheduling works. Also, when you have an up and coming player like Andreeva, who we think will win slams one day, she's 5 in the world. It's not by accident. If she's 18, she's just 18, maybe like recently, but she is a future star against an up-and-coming American, Alicia Parks, who has a lot of firepower. To me, circle that one. That screams night session, one of the first 3 nights. When you're scheduling, that is a matchup that is attractive to the schedule makers to put in that building right there, put on display simultaneously a young American that we can get behind and one of the future stars of our game. Not saying it's going to happen, just saying it's not going to happen, right? That being said, Mira Andreeva to the 4th round. Sorry. I love Taylor Townsend. I hope I'm wrong. Andreeva through to the 4th round. Okay, so just
over Mboko.
Just to recap quickly, JW, tell me where we disagree. Do you have Sabalenka and Towson up top?
I have Sabalenka beating Towson.
Into the corner.
And then I have Rybakina beating Paolini. Sorry, this is we're basing this on this is just to be clear, we're basing this on tennis and not personality. No personal.
How dare you think that thing that's different than my feelings?
Exactly.
Sabalenka. I got to tell you, I feel a lot less pressure when we're just in my garage doing these picks, as opposed to like
no one boos us when we're on Zoom.
The instant feedback. I almost went like, no, you have it your way.
Techie Sean does. You don't hear him.
Sabalenka Rybakina. Let's continue this conversation.
Who just played in Cincinnati?
I'm aware.
And Sabalenka did not win that match.
Are you going Rybakina over Sabalenka to the semis?
No, I think Sabalenka gets her in the rematch. The mythical rematch. What do you think?
So here's where I get stuck. Because in a hypothetical head-to-head matchup, I think I want to take Rybakina right now. But Rybakina has to, for Rybakina to get to the semis where I want her to get to, she has to get through Paolini and Sabalenka hypothetically back-to-back. So it's like, do I hedge and put Sabalenka in the semis just because I like that path a little bit better? I don't know. I have Rybakina in the semifinals.
Whoa. Over the defending champion.
Which should make Arena's day because I've picked her in every slam so far and she hasn't won. So I'm actually doing her a favor by doing
Last time
this.
you picked against her, she won.
Yeah,
Last time I picked against her, she won. So congratulations, Sabalenka. You just won the tournament. I picked Rybakina to the semifinals. All right, so we have the same quarterfinal. We flipped. Let me put Saba in the semis for the recap. I have Pegula, you have Yastremska, and you've already taken Samsonova to the quarters. I am going to take... I just can't quit her. Every time I pick her, it's just not great. I'm picking Jess Pegula to the quarters. She's going to find something here.
This is the time.
All right.
And I can tell you I have not decided in real time who I'm going to choose between Mboko and Andreeva.
Pick the 18-year-old.
Pick the...
No.
I think Mboko.
I get it.
Mboko
She'll be 19.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you picking, before we get to my pick there, are you going to pick Samsonova to the semis? No, you're going to pick it. I already know you're going to pick Andreeva to the semis. I can just tell.
Sabalenka beating Samsonova.
You have Samsonova in the semis?
Come on, it's that's my wild card bracket.
Is this the part where we announce our liquor sponsor? That you can, I mean, it's like, oh my goodness.
After the
See, you have
Jimmy started-
Samsonova in the semis?
Just don't tell her because she doesn't. We're taking a flyer on
And
that
she's
bottom
obviously,
quadrant.
if she doesn't want to know who she plays first round,
there's
she's
always
obviously not
one-
listening to a draw show.
There's one quadrant that always goes out of whack, isn't there?
Yes.
It's like the lowest Bloissac.
Oh,
so
God, she
Mboko
hasn't
or
played
Andreeva?
great yet. I have Andreeva versus Rybakina in the semis.
All right.
I hate it every time I have to say something out loud.
Seriously. No, but it's all right.
If I had more time, I could make more wrong picks.
What's great, though, is no one remembers these picks, and no one ever gives you grief when you really win.
And if we're being honest, like, no one cares.
All right. It's all in good fun.
No one cares. It's all fun, right? All right. So we have you have Sabalenka versus Samsonova in the semis. You have Sabalenka in the final.
Yeah.
I have Rybakina in the final.
Ooh. I don't think Rybakina has ever gone beyond the third round.
Apparently not a popular pick.
Somebody, we don't have the Google with us.
Okay.
Has Rybakina ever gotten to like week 2 here?
Oh, that's right. She hates playing here.
I don't think she's been beyond the third round here.
Do you want to redo
that
it?
is true. That's a good point.
Do
She
you wanna
hates
redo it,
playing
Andy?
here. This
All right,
windy
don't worry
day ain't
about
doing
it.
much for a high toss either.
That's why we do a redraw show. All right.
Yeah, I can't wait for the redraw show. God, you know what's really going to piss me off is I think you really messed up that section, and I might have done it worse. Oh, well.
There's a QR code where you can humiliate us both.
Anyone in the back wants to say hi to Social Sophie and get in a social picture, maybe she'll post you on our serve account. She's there in the ball cap with Ella, who helps her now also. Sophie's just been going like this. She's like Lee Trevino in a Happy Gilmore movie, just going like this. You know. All right, Maddie Keys.
All right.
Top of the next section. I have a hard time choosing against Maddie. I like her draw, though.
Yep.
Kvitova is not going to play much past this tournament, if any. Two-time Wimbledon champion, has never really played well here, not playing a bunch of events. Kostyuk has not been playing well recently. Maddie Keys, welcome to the 4th round.
Can we 10 seconds to tip our collective serve-branded caps to Petra Kvitova, who I believe this is certainly her last major.
Yep.
I believe her last event. She's Hall of Famer and one of the great members of the tennis chorus here.
Yeah, it's something that we've said on this show before. It is an impossibility unless you are an exceptional human to make it through 14 years of pro tennis and really not have anything or anyone that has anything bad to say about you.
Well, you
just doesn't happen.
You did 12.
I did 12, and trust me, I had a lot of people that said a lot of bad things a lot of the time.
That was a joke.
I was not in the same realm of decency as Petra Kvitova was. We hope that she is the happiest ever, well-deserved. Petra Kvitova, you are awesome. You are a first ballot Hall of Famer. All the love in the world, and the happiest tennis afterlife for you. And Maddie Keys is getting to the 4th round. Okay, I got one for you. I'm ready for upset special.
Wait, what do you got?
You ready? Muchova down, 11 seed. I have Noskova through to the 4th round.
Wait.
Muchova,
Look
Venus Williams.
That's your
First
upset?
round. That will be on Arthur Ashe Stadium. I'll save you the suspense of that right now. How about, I'm sorry, can we talk about Venus Williams at 45 years old?
45, please. 45.
I'm 42 and I grunted 6 times when I got out of bed this morning.
Venus Williams was a finalist in 1997.
Venus Williams, do you remember that match against Irina Spurleya in 1997? Where they Irina tried to bump her and Venus was like, no, you won't. No, ma'am, you will not. Venus Williams, I want her to win. I want it to be a story. Also, that is not the most important thing for this tournament for Venus Williams. I don't know how much longer we are going to have her in tennis. If we don't soak up every bit of this amazing story of these sisters coming out of Compton to dominate our sport, imagine having won 7 Grand Slam titles and being the second best player in your family.
Right.
These women are exceptional. They are amazing. We are lucky to have had them in our game. They are phenomenal. And Venus, I'm telling you, she is when you get her engaged and she's shy in front of the camera, her and Serena could not be more different personalities, and yet they have a lot of the same things with the way that they value people, the way they value their place in the game, the way that they value work. Venus Williams is low-key hilarious all the time. She is amazing. I don't care if she goes out and doesn't win a single game. We should be full of gratitude for having had Venus Williams in our game.
Well put. You know what? I'll tag that. As long as you went there. I was during the D.C. tournament. I was in D.C. and I went to the African American History Museum, which everyone should go to. And you see a picture of the Obamas, Oprah, Venus, and Serena.
Hell yes.
And sometimes within tennis we say, oh, should she get a wild card? Shouldn't she get a wild card? And I think we sometimes lose sight of how important both Venus and Serena are to the culture at large. And we get in our tennis bubble and talk about Margaret Court and records, and we sort of lose the forest for the trees.
Okay, so here's my take on the wild card thing, and people have a lot of opinions on who gets wild cards, okay? So let's have this conversation very quickly. They're like, oh, they're taking it away from someone who's deserving. If you're deserving, you don't need a wild card. Simply, you've qualified on your own ranking. It's not an entitlement. It's a gift. And you're telling me, as a tennis tournament, Venus Williams isn't deserving of a gift from the U.S. Open? Shut up. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Do we?
She's been a gift to us. It's not the other way around.
And I'd
Don't
say,
get it twisted.
you look at, she's drawing a player who's reached the semis 2 years running here.
Yep.
This is a class quality player. On the one hand, you say, oh, that's a bummer. If Venus had a lucky loser or a qualifier, she'd have a real chance. She beat Peyton Stearns. She's not going to beat Muchova. But the flip side of that is she'll get to play on a big court, and she'll get a real send-off, and she'll really get to feel the affection from the crowd. So Venus Williams against Muchova. You're not picking Venus to win that, though, are you?
I'm not going to do that. But also, I think Noskova goes to the 4th round, so it's largely irrelevant who wins that match.
Yeah.
I don't care. Venus Williams, we love you. You're the best. Thank you for being you.
Well done.
Kasatkina in the next section, a resurgent Naomi Osaka right there at a place that she has won a couple of times. Have we heard from Siniakova recently, like 3 minutes before we came on our show?
Did she know who she was playing, I wonder?
Siniakova causes me stress whenever she is not seated in a section because she is so good at tennis. Caroline Garcia also announcing her retirement. She is in this section as well with a wild card. Kasatkina up top. I have Kasatkina getting to the 3rd round. Playing under the Australian flag and not the Russian flag anymore with Kasatkina. Siniakova, Osaka 2nd round. You want to do something crazy there?
I mean, if Naomi Osaka can summon the level that she showed for the first, for 96% of her time in Montreal, she could win this tournament for a 3rd time.
Do it.
I like Osaka into round 4.
I have Osaka into round 4 as well. I was trying to bait you into an irresponsible pick. Naomi Osaka also coming back. Like, I feel like in Canada was the first time we saw her 4 or 5 matches in a row, and everyone's going to focus on the Iboko match, and should she have won it? Yeah, probably. Should she have been the perfect version of herself and said a million nice things while she was pissed off? I don't know. Maybe it's easy to do that. I'm not going to, go after Naomi Osaka for that because I guarantee you all have had a bad day at work too. But when she is confident in playing and when she has matches under her belt, we've seen what she can do in Grand Slams. Right. How many times has she made it past the round of 16 of a Grand Slam? Anyone?
Yeah.
4. How many Grand Slam titles has she won?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
4. So if we're taking her into round 4, you're automatically saying she might be able to win this thing. I have Osaka into round 4. The next section, Maggie, fresh up top. Beat Venus in Washington, D.C., has been playing great tennis. I have her into the 3rd round. Let's hope Peyton Stearns can find some forward. Line 93, Donna Vekic. No one ever wants to see her in the first couple rounds of a major. Has made the semis of majors before, medalist at the Olympic Games last year. Coco Gauff, number 3. Wins the French Open. That'd be great for most, but we just can't get over picking apart her serve, can we? I would have loved to. You know what would have been a dream for me? Is winning a slam and having people complain about my serve. That would have been fantastic. That would have been the absolute peak scenario for me. But shook up the coaching staff this week. Matt Daliel, biomechanist who worked with Arina Sabalenka. We forget that Arina Sabalenka had the serving yips 3 years ago, right? Like, we forget about that. We don't. Our attention spans these days are like, it's like faster than a fart disappearing in this wind, I'll tell you. But it's tough to choose against Coco Gauff right now. I have her into round 4. I do think it's like changing biomechanics the week before you have to play a major seems like an ambitious thing to do.
But doesn't that tell you something about her level of confidence? I mean, I think that's such a bold move. When we say, you read the headline.
I could take the other side of that confidence argument, maybe.
Well, take the, you read the, you sort of see this news alert or you see this crawl across your screen. It says Coco Gauff coaching changed. This is really much more than that. I mean, this is a biomechanic expert that's going to bring me. You saw the clip yesterday. It's going to break down the most fundamental part of your tennis game on the eve of a major that you won 2 years ago. It's really, I mean, if nothing else, it's kind of a fascinating set of circumstances.
Here's what I think. Like, obviously, this McMillan, the biomechanic that's come in, 10 out of 10 job with Arina Sabalenka. Like, there is precedent for this guy being really, really good.
You know, and he works with like baseball players too.
Baseball player, but that was done over an off season.
Right.
That wasn't done on a Tuesday, Wednesday before a major. Just so we're clear.
Unbelievable.
I'm telling you, I've had 2 dedicated practice sessions where we made a couple of adjustments with Coco. This is a year and a half ago now, maybe almost 2 years ago. I've seen it with my own eyes, sitting 2 feet away from her, a couple of adjustments, and her make 40 serves in a row. To me, that suggests that the physical part of it, we're trying to solve for a biomechanics issue that I largely think is just a product of I have to answer something about my serve all the time. It's on top of mind. It is something that does get the yips sometimes. Like, there's no way around 20-something double faults in a match. And also, imagine being so good that you can do that and win a major. It is unbelievable.
Two majors.
Two major. Well, she didn't have it when. I mean, it wasn't to the level it is. It's post U.S. Open is kind of when it's flashes. I hope it works. All of that criticism about her serve, I have Coco in the semis.
Coco into the semis.
Yeah, I do.
Whoa.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think there's a placebo effect. Some guy comes in and tells you a couple of things. You hit a couple good ones, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's the fix. That's it.
That's it.
And even if she's struggling with it, can you tell me she's still not favored to go through that section?
So you have her over Keys?
Wow. I have her over Keys in the quarterfinals.
Who won the previous major played on hard courts? I'm having a hard time remembering.
It was Madison
Keys.
Keys.
Yeah, Madison Keys. That's right.
Which, by the way, was one of my favorites. She played so good.
Right.
I'm so happy for her. I love Madison.
God, this is what I'm telling you. This is actually a really fun first few rounds.
Who do you have in the semis?
I think you're right about Coco, and I think the other thing we forget about Coco, this isn't a new issue. She's sort of figured out how to summon winning tennis, even when she has this on again, off again relationship with her serve. I think Keys to beat Coco in the quarters. Keys to the semis.
Gosh, thank goodness you got there. We only have 45 minutes left in the show.
Oh man! All right, we got to get rolling here. All
right. I have next section. Anna Samova.
Wait, can we decide real quick? After I just said we got to keep this moving, Anna Samova is seeded 8, and she is the 4th American on the board. I'd say American tennis on the women's side is on both sides, but
pretty good.
And we've had
half of the top
American
8
female in each of the last 4 slams, starting with Jess Pegula, Madison Keys, Coco Gauff, and Anna Samova in the Wimbledon final.
That's like 1980 stuff. That's amazing.
There's also it's not easy to. Anna Samova made the finals of Wimbledon, and all anyone was talking about was the scoreline in the final.
Right.
Coming back, getting back to work, winning matches each week the last couple of weeks, and it wasn't a semifinal run. It wasn't a final run. That's working through some mental scar tissue in real time. So props to Anna Samova. Her story is absolutely phenomenal. Second.
There's 4 U.S. women in this section.
What do you got?
I have Anna Samova at least in the 3rd round, and then we're going to need to talk about something. Danielle Collins against Christian Ashlyn Kruger, 1st round against Sophia Kenin, who, by the way, is another amazing comeback story, maybe overshadowed by the likes of Anna Samova, Osaka. Sophia Kenin has had her own journey. It's great to see her playing top-level tennis again. Danielle Collins and Sophia Kenin, 2nd round.
Ooh.
I don't know, but I'm not allowed to say that.
That is an Australian Open winner versus an Australian Open finalist.
I don't know.
Americans.
Danimal, I love Danimal. I have. I don't know. Anna Samova we chose her deep. We took her to the semis of Wimbledon in the pre-draw show, so that's one that we got right. But let's go with a different feel-good story. I have Sophia Kenin through to the 4th round of the U.S. Open.
Whoa! All right.
Fine. I don't care. Whatever.
Let's see what.
Do what you got to do. What are you doing?
I was going to say we can dive into that a little. I have Anna Samova to the quarters. Again, a great testament to, unfortunately, the player who she had that rough Wimbledon final against is in her quarter. But I think Anna Samova gets through the quarters.
All right, next section, Haddad Maia, Svitolina, Sakari's in that section. Tatiana Maria is amazing. She's in that section off of the Queen's victory. Boisson, anyone remember her from the French Open, semifinalist?
Good for her, huh?
So what happens when you when you're Boisson and you go into that tournament and you're ranked below 300? People are like, why'd she have to play qualies at Wimbledon? There's a 6-week delay on entries. So she can make the semis of Roland Garros, even though she's ranked 60-something in the world now. There's a delay on the 6 weeks. So her new normal is being in the main draw of the U.S. Open. Reality has finally caught up to the 6-week delay. Props to her.
Right.
I have Spittle.
And she won, and she's won quite a bit since Roland
No,
Garros,
she's
too.
legit. She
Yeah,
is
she's
athletic.
legit,
She is very good. I have her going through to the third round. I have Svitolina there in the third round. I have Svitolina in the quarters.
Oh man.
Whoa.
Gosh. All right, everyone is duty bound to cheer for the Ukrainian players, but
This feels
I don't
risky.
think. All right, I have Anisimova.
How do we end every women's draw show with me going, I hate my bracket?
And it's usually accurate.
That's a sign of a healthy tour.
That's a
We
good
got to
point.
get through this last section, guys.
All right.
We got to get to the men still.
Alexandrova, Schneider. I have Schneider. She's playing down in Mexico this week. Laura Sigmund made a run. I have Schneider through to the fourth round. Diana Schneider in that section. I have her playing Iga Swiatek. I'm Iga semis, Iga finals over Coco. Tell me why I'm wrong, JW.
I wish I could have a robust argument here. I have Iga. No Iga.
Listen, I don't know if we're talking about feelings. Our job is to talk about who we think is going to be in the finals of this tournament. I think Iga's the best player in the world as we sit right now in this moment. Wimbledon, Cincinnati. I think Iga's through to the final.
How awesome is tennis? We got to keep this moving. But Iga, rough go of it, doesn't defend her Roland Garros title. What's going on with Iga? She's number 8 in the world. She wins Wimbledon. She comes back. I think it's so impressive, not just that she won Cincinnati, but that she came and is playing in the mixed doubles event and getting to the I think everything's looking towards Iga. She's already won this event once. I have her winning a second U.S. Open 90 days after we wondered what was wrong with her.
You have Iga over
do you have?
Sabalenka.
Wait, who do you have?
I'll tell you who I have. You have Iga winning?
Yeah.
I have Iga winning.
You have Iga over Rybakina.
I have Iga over Rybakina. If you haven't listened to our Iga Swiatek episode from 3 weeks ago, amazing. For someone who maybe doesn't feel the need to expand on thought when she's in a press conference and she's being asked very, direction forward questions, she really expanded and gave us a ton of time and walked us through the last year of her career, including her suspension, where she was, why it was overturned, why there was no fault, no negligence. Really gave her time to expand on feelings. It's important to remember that these are our superheroes. These are people who do this game at an amazing level. They're also human and go through the same crap as you and I. She was fantastic on our show. Go back and listen to that. I have Iga winning this tournament over Rybakina in the final.
Ready for the men's draw?
Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. You might know Prime for fast, free delivery, or maybe as your favorite place to stream shows, movies, and sports. But it's also a great way to dive deeper into your hobbies and passions. Into cooking? You can buy new cutlery at the same time you watch your favorite cooking show on Prime Video. Into crafting? Prime can be your gateway to a kingdom of yarn and felt. Is it finally time to fix those broken drawers? Yes, it was a year ago. You can find the tools on Prime. If you're thinking about picking up a new hobby, Prime makes it easy to dive in. From getting how-to books to making playlists on Amazon Music that keep you pumped while you organize your new model trains. Prime helps you go from, maybe I'll try it, to, I'm now obsessed with this, in no time. I've used Prime this week to buy a finger splint for a kid's finger that got stuck in a door. I got an Earth, Wind & Fire album cover, a Little League chest protector. Techie Sean, what's the last thing that you bought on Prime? Look quickly.
I got some trail mix for the office.
Great story, super exciting. The point is, whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let's just get to the chase. Who do you want, Sinner or Alcaraz? All right. Thanks, everyone. See you later.
Sinner.
Match number 15.
All right.
All right.
Sinner Kapriva, Sinner Poprin, second round, Shapovalov, Fucsovics. All right, well, I have Sinner in the fourth round. It would take something crazy for me not to choose Jannik Sinner at this time and place on a hard court. Obviously, the question mark is he was sick in Cincinnati. What's this week going to look like? Just saw him playing full sets out there, so looks like he's past the worst of it. At least I think this was the first time he had actually played and practiced since the final in Cincinnati when he pulled out.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw him practicing. I don't know how much you could, I don't know how much you could tell from that, but he's back on the court. What can we say about the guy? He won the previous major. He's a defending champion. He won Australia. He's ranked number one.
you're looking at someone who's going to be, like, for context, Alcaraz and Sinner, with where they stand in their total major counts already, I always try to remind people that, like, names like Becker and Edberg won 6, these guys are, like, already approaching those names, like, in real time. They're that special already. I think both of them win 10 majors at some point, which, for historical context, is more than McEnroe, is more than Agassi, is more than Connors, is one shy of Borg. These are the we get spoiled by the big three, but let's not ignore the rest of history and how special these two are in real time already. I have Sinner through to the 4th round. Bublik is like full confusing conquer method. I have Marin Cilic winning first round against Bublik.
Whoa. Former champions get the nod.
He has won here 2014 over Kei Nishikori, proved himself slam ready at Wimbledon. I have Tommy Paul going through to the 4th round of that section. I have Sinner, Chicken Dinner in the quarterfinals. What do you got, JW?
Real quick, look at line 4. If you guys are here next week, Emil Rusevori of Finland. He's been very outspoken, a really nice player, has been very outspoken about his mental health challenges. Sometimes it's nice to go to a side court and cheer on a player who could really use it. Emil Rusevori. Tommy Paul, we all love, we all respect what he's done with his career. He was in a boot a few weeks ago. He's had abdominal injuries, he's had a hip injury, he's had a foot injury. If he is healthy, he's very... I think he actually played Moeller the first round of Roland Garros. So that's a rematch of a previous major. Tommy Paul is great. It's just a question of what kind of health he is in.
Yeah, it's a question mark. I think Cilic is in with a real shot to the 4th round. I'm going to take Tommy Paul just because when healthy he is there, but I have Sinner going through to the quarters. Another thing, if you look at Shapovalov on line 8, 27 in the world, he was down playing challengers, 150 in the world, former top 10 guy, really flashy, really fun, has gone back and gone through the minor leagues of tennis, back up to being a seeded player. So props to Denis Shapovalov also for making his way back into the conversation. Musetti
like that.
Petchy Pericard first round. And Petchy Pericard into the quarters of Winston-Salem yesterday. Has found a little bit of form, has been up and down. JW can't get enough of this guy. I'm
duty-bound to pick this guy. You have never seen never mind the first, you've never seen a second serve like this guy. You know how last night we saw Sarah Ronnie was serving like 72-mile-an-hour first serves, very effectively, by the way. But Pericard's second serve is like high 120 sometimes. And Musetti is obviously a fine player, but has really struggled since he got off clay. I feel like I'm duty-bound to pick that upset. You like that or no?
I don't hate it. It's a weird matchup. Like Musetti's not gonna give any rhythm. He likes to be able to work rallies. He likes to hit that chip down the line. He likes to create height on the second ball that gets up above his shoulders. Like none of that is gonna be possible because Pericard is like feast or famine. He's not gonna hit 3 balls in a row. If Petchy Pericard plays this match the right way, that's an absolute pick 'em. I'll tell you what it does do. Because I have no idea who's getting through that match, it makes me want to take Kaboli through to the 4th round.
Yeah, I have that.
Ooh. Just because, it's tough to pick. If it's a pick 'em first round, I certainly can't march Musetti through to the 4th round, right? I like Kaboli in that section. Go out and cheer for Jensen Brooksby.
Yeah.
In a year full of like amazing stories, and how great is tennis where we can actually spend time celebrating different paths to success. Brooksby sharing with us for the first time in December that he is autistic. And he came back and won his first ever tour title this year in April in Houston off of a suspension. And I'm going to tell you when I think I'm right. I'm also going to tell you when I'm absolutely wrong. I didn't have a lot of time for the explanation with Jensen Brooksby. He was suspended for 3 years because he missed some drug tests. Didn't test positive, but missed the test. Real quick, as an aside, as a tennis player, you have to provide 1 hour a day that you have to be home, that you have to be available for the possibility of a drug test. So if I go for a one-day getaway and I'm an active player on tour with my wife up the road to San Antonio for a night, I have to provide the address, room number, and be available at 5 or 6 in the morning for a random drug test. Just the way it is. It's what keeps our sport as clean as it can possibly be. No one else in any other sport tests positive for melatonin. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't have a lot of grace for Jensen Brooksby in those missed tests. I also didn't understand the challenges that he faced all the time before he shared that with us. I was absolutely wrong with my take. I celebrate Jensen Brooksby. If you can, go out and support his journey. He has been an open book, and it also shows you that in this game of tennis, no matter what you are, no matter what makes you different, you can be successful. He's going to be inspiration for generations of people to come who have a similar route to life that Jensen Brooksby has. I hope he has all the successes at the U.S. Open. I don't have him going through to the fourth round. I have Kaboli going through. But if you can, please go and cheer your asses off for Jensen Brooksby.
Well done.
Diallo in the next section. I have him over Zoomer. I have Diallo through to the third round. Jack Draper has not played competitive tennis outside of mixed doubles.
It looks pretty competitive.
Since Wimbledon. Jack Draper has elevated into the conversation where he is so good that I worry less about recency bias. Up through Wimbledon, or going into Wimbledon, I thought he had been the third best player in the world this year. He has skipped a couple of steps, right? Last year this time, 40-something in the world, makes the semifinals here, loses a tough one to Sinner. You think, okay, he's going to settle in. He's going to be that guy who's 20 in the world. Nope, skip steps. He is a top 5 player. I don't see him leaving the top 10 anytime soon. I have Jack Draper through to the quarterfinals, rematch against Jannik Sinner from last year's semifinal. JW?
It's so boring. Keep in mind, Draper also much different surface. Draper won Indian Wells. Did you guys see last night? Did anyone? You guys are hardcore tennis fans. Did you guys happen to see Diallo? His opponent broke his serve. You see that? The opponent broke his serve and then celebrated. Diallo got upset. The guy was emoting too much, and the response was, "Well, you've got a really good serve, so if I break it, I need to celebrate."
Did the guy do cartwheels or a handstand,
and then he
or
won
was he
the
just
match.
happy?
Well, it may have been a little excessive fist pumping, but anyway, Diallo actually lost that match, but he's a nice player. I'm so bored. I mean, I'm so boring. I'm the exact same as you. Draper to beat Kaboli. Look at Draper in the Vori apparel. I was told that that deal was no joke. He will make more money from Vori than he will in prize money, as it was told to me. A little tidbit. But I have Sinner Draper, which is that's a replay of last year's semi.
Yeah. I will tell you, we were watching the mixed doubles last night and sitting with the serve team, and I said to Social Sophie, who does a great job on our social media, I never see it, but she just, no one's spared from her humor. But I was like, hey, what kind of stuff you got for tonight? What have you been dialing in? Can you show me like the pictures you've been taking to post? She scrolled right, and all I saw was 12 straight pictures of Jack Draper on Social Sophie.
Just awkwardly zoomed in. Just awkwardly.
On Social Sophie's show. So
Yeah.
I think she wants Jack Draper. I think she just really likes the way his stroke production on his forehand. I think she just.
Yeah.
That's it exactly.
Right.
That's it, right?
Been hitting over his forehand. Can I
It's
just
not
say?
it's not because he looks like a Bond superhero.
She has social in her nickname, and you're not online. You don't think she's going to exact revenge for the last 30 seconds of contest?
Her entire job is to exact revenge on
All
me.
right.
That's the entire thing. I have Sinner through to the semis. I have, I'll save you that. I'm not done with Sinner yet.
All right.
Alex Zverev in the top of the next section. FAA is the seed. Lefty Tabilo. Actually, Zverev likes playing lefties. When you have a really strong backhand, you tend to return serve of lefties a little bit better. Bautista Agut, Fernley. Gael Monfils in the house.
Yeah. Another guy for watch him while you can.
That's right. Literally has no enemies on earth. All right, screw it. I'll be a victim of that applause. I have Monfils going through to the third round.
All right.
Whoa.
I don't know if I believe it,
Wait,
but that was a fun little piece of applause. I like that. I'll take the feedback. You're not going to like this, though. Judging by a couple of the boo, I like Alex Zverev through to the fourth round. Listen, I'm not changing it. Clear-cut top player in the world. Has played well in Canada, played well again in Cincy. Had some physical issues. I saw his brother this morning. I was at the gym this morning, and I saw his brother. Is that how we do it, JW?
Yeah. Ab day for you, too?
Except one of us is telling the truth. I saw him at the gym this morning, and said he's fully recovered. He was actually just out there practicing with one Novak Djokovic. I have Zverev through to the fourth round. Rublev in that section. Rublev, quarterfinals Canada, quarterfinals Wimbledon, quarterfinals Cincinnati. Are we sensing a theme? Hasn't been to the semis of a major
I was going to say,
yet.
quarterfinal at every major.
I don't see anything stopping him. I like him through the fourth round against Zverev. I like Zverev through to the quarterfinals. Ooh, this is interesting. Hachinov, finalist in Canada. I love a silent K, don't you, Hachinov?
Aaron.
I don't know, just pronounce it with an H.
You call him Aaron.
Aaron
in Indiana's own, Vasa Moretti.
Aaron Hachinov. I can't do it.
Cerundolo.
Oh, if anyone listens, I just get in trouble with Cerundolo. I can't do it again. I'm going to take him. Actually, nope, I'm not. Arnaldi. I'm going to go Arnaldi through to the third round, Hachinov through to the fourth round. You like anything different than that?
I sadly, what do we think of 57-58? You're calling upset on that?
57-58.
Tsitsipas, who's really struggling.
Hasn't played well here. Yeah, I'll go upset special, but only because I have Demon in the fourth round, and it's really not going to matter too much. Alex
We like the Demon. We like the Demon.
So listen, everyone who has a child here who goes and definitely go watch the Sinners, go watch the Alcarazes, go watch the Greats. Also go watch Demon. Because he is a maximizer. He literally has taken everything that he has physically and made himself into the best possible, most effective version of a tennis player. Watch the Sinners, all world. Not everyone is capable of creating the power and the speed of Sinner. A lot of us just weren't born that way. Just a fact. Demon absolutely maximizes as much of his ability, much the same as Sinner maximized the most of his ability. If you have kids, go watch people like Alex de Minaur. Never mails it in, never has a bad day, works his butt off, and is going to be a quarterfinalist here at the U.S. Open.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
Really?
I said it. You have Hachinov?
You know what? You could do a similar kind of address of Hachinov, who is physically more imposing than Alex de Minaur, but another guy who just is a consummate professional and doesn't cut corners. He's had good success here, and nice summer. Got to the finals of Canada, and not the flashiest guy. He's not the guy who's necessarily getting the Laver Cup invite, but he's just a pro's pro. Both of those guys for very different reasons. But I like. After all that big windup, I like Hachinov. Yeah.
I like Zverev's in the semis, Sinner's in the finals. That's what I have.
What you got, John?
I know. I wish we were like fighting like a real debate show.
Should we pretend like we're an ESPN show and just come up with ways to fight each other for a half hour?
What are you talking about?
Should we do? I cannot believe. Let me tell you about what he. All right. Anyways, if you know, you know. Novak Djokovic up.
Wait. Remember about half an hour ago, a gentleman walked by screaming at Andy saying Lerner team's going to win this thing?
That guy, I will never see him again in my life because he owes me $100 because Lerner Tien's not beating Novak Djokovic first round. He was the loudest, and he was not going to stick around to make that bet a reality. Novak Djokovic, I mean, he's kind of playing tennis this year, and he's made 3 semifinals and Grand Slams at 38 years old. Like, how about Novak Djokovic and what he's still doing?
Crazy.
Unbelievable. I was watching him right before we came over to the stage, and even in practice, there's never a shot that looks panicked. Like, it's always under control. Hasn't played since Wimbledon. Practicing with Zverev. Saw him break him twice in practice. Like, it's just unbelievable what he's still doing. And if any journalists ask him when he's going to retire, he should say, when I'm not one of the best players in the world anymore. And just save himself that question over and over again.
When I'm not the number 3 player with odds makers to win majors, that's when I'll retire.
Correct. He's literally the 3rd favorite in every major he enters right now. Has made 3 semifinals in majors this year. Hasn't played since Wimbledon. Isn't really going to affect my pick much. Novak Djokovic, I have going through to the 3rd round. Okay, so if you're...
Whoa.
This is a fun section.
There's some tasty, tasty
First
matches
round,
here.
Cam Norrie, Sebastian Corda back this week, has been injured. And Sebastian Corda is one of those guys who's so talented. If he actually had a healthy 12 months, you feel like he would be top 10 in the world.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a controversial thing to say. You hope that he finds that extended run of health at some point. Won a tough 3-setter yesterday in Winston-Salem. That is what he needs going into this U.S. Open. He needs those 3-setters. He doesn't need the rest. He needs those match conditions. Cam Norrie's a brutal draw.
A tough draw, though, right?
If you're Seb Corda and you need to find some space in the draw. Mickelson, Komasana. Komasana's been winning matches. Just saw him practicing with Sinner on center court. This is a tough one. I have Alex Mickelson going through to the third round in that section. If, and this is a huge if Mickelson can somehow get through tonight while having to pull my sorry behind through an exhibition match against Del Potro and Fonseca, he deserves to win the tournament. I'll tell you that much right now. I don't know that I've met Alex Mickelson before. I cannot wait to play with him. He has made a lot of progress in the last little bit. You don't hear a bad word about him. His coaches swear by his work ethic. Right. I hope he makes a deep run in slams. I have full faith that he will. I don't know that I can get him past Novak in the third round here yet. Not something I would be ashamed to tell him if he's angry about the show here in 3 or 4 hours when we're playing inside of that stadium tonight. I have Novak through to the fourth round. JW, any problem with that?
No, keep an eye for those of you scoring at home. Darwin Blanche, 76 on your draw sheet. Very young prospect who's won a lot of matches the last few weeks at all different levels. Juniors at Kalamazoo, but also at Winston-Salem. A lot of talent. Nice to see him in the main draw here. Yeah, Alex Mickelson, we don't talk about him as much as we probably should. Craig Boynton is a nice addition. But no, I mean, the big picture here on this quadrant, if you're Novak, not a lot of complaints about your draw.
No, I don't think so. Lerner Tien is a great, crafty player. If you're Novak, you want someone who's not going to blow you off the court with a big serve, a big weapon that can make you uncomfortable right away. He's going to get in extended rallies against Tien in the first round, right? He is going to be able to find his pacing, find the rhythm that he hasn't had since Wimbledon. I actually think that's a good draw. And also, what a cool experience. You know they're going to be right there in Arthur Ashe Stadium. What a cool experience for Lerner Tien. Flew through the Challenger circuit, basically bypassed minor league tennis. Lefty beat Medvedev in Australia this year in a brutal 5-setter. A lot of big things to come for Lerner Tien. Not sure it's at this year's U.S. Open with Novak, but that's going to be a fun one. I'm sure that'll be on Ashe. One of the first 3 nights as we project to the next section. I don't know. The Francis Tiafoe tax here in that building is real, I think. He could not win many matches coming into this event, and somehow you can just slot him in for a deep run here at the U.S. Open. Lights up this crowd, knows what to do with this crowd. Nishioka first round, Darwin Blanche, who Jon Wertheim mentioned. If you're looking at, okay, who are the young players from America that could potentially be big stars? You can't teach 6'4", you can't teach lefty. Darwin Blanche has all of those things. He is someone to look at if you get a chance. Go watch him. I don't know if he makes much of an impact this year, but he's someone we will be talking about on the American side. Has done most of his training in Spain, which I think is a good thing at this point. So fully support JW's observation there. I have Francis Tiafoe in this section. I have Holger Rune. Van de Zandschulp. First round.
Yeah, remember last year.
Did he beat someone good here last year?
I think it was a gentleman named Carlos Alcaraz.
Guy named Carlos Alcaraz. I have Tiafoe through to the fourth round to play Novak. I have Novak through to the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open.
Whoa.
Oh, give me the whoa.
All right, so you have who
I have Tiafoe beating Rune in the third round.
Okay, I have Rune beating Tiafoe, and I have Novak beating Korda, Novak beating... Yeah, I have Novak at least in the quarters. And then you figure, all right, let's keep going. Yeah, men's.
The what now? No? Don't want to say it again? Okay. Just once was good for those who didn't. Okay. Menchik is an interesting one because it looked like after Miami he was going to take off. He's had some strange score lines. For someone that big, he's had some 2 and 4s, some 3 and 2s,
right.
Some really kind of Wimbledon. I forget who he lost to. I can't remember all of it on a blind draw show, but got run out of the room at Wimbledon after a while. This feels like it's a wide open section. Anyone heard of a guy named João Fonseca?
Yeah. Whoa.
Boo?
Nice.
He hasn't even been around long enough to boo. Like, what are you kidding me? The
Right.
guy's been around for like a cup of
Making
coffee.
his,
Give me a break.
Yeah, boo a teenager, making his debut. I think that realistically, the hype train has gotten its gears stuck a little bit, but still, there's so much power, so much potential. That's a tough first round match.
Kecmanovic is
we
no
like
joke
him?
first round. Fonseca has a really tough draw.
Yeah.
Kecmanovic to play Mahach. I don't know. I want Joao
Yeah, put him in there.
in the third round.
Give the kid a break.
Let's go
Put him in
Menchik. Let's go Fonseca Mania in the fourth round. Why not? I'll run you through like my Saturday of last week where I get a call from Eric Budarak, who's putting together the night tonight, the stars of the Open as they call it, and it's like, okay, well, I know who I think you're going to play against. And I'm like, oh, okay, last year I played like Sabatini. That was cool for me because I loved her growing up. He goes, how about Fonseca? I go, how about not? That's not something that I want any piece of. My old friend Juan Martín del Potro and Fonseca.
Nice.
Tonight I'm going to be playing with Alex Mickelson. So maybe I'm just choosing Fonseca so he doesn't take one at my head later tonight. I'm not really convinced of anything. I'm not sure anyone is carrying any sort of momentum in this section. So I don't know. Let's go with the crazy Brazilians and their support for their man Joao Fonseca. They will come out. They will be supportive. They will be loud for this kid. I agree with John. I think the hype train has probably surpassed what we've seen thus far, but the power's in there. You can't argue with the raw talent of this kid. And it would be pretty fun if he was able to make a run. If you listen to our shows, you all know I love Brandon Nakashima. Mm-hmm. Ethan Quinn has made a lot of progress this year. I like Nakashima.
Yeah, shout out Ethan Quinn.
Taylor Fritz. His run last year was just so much fun. Nothing against Sinner. It would have made my day if he would have made it one further last year. But my favorite thing about Taylor Fritz and all the talk that we all roll our eyes at every year and American man since blah, 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 and that boring storyline
Who's
that
the blah,
never,
blah, blah?
that doesn't die. Taylor Fritz has never, ever shied away from that conversation, right? I think there are some Americans at a time where it's like they just didn't want to be bothered with that whole narrative. I have a lot of sympathy for them. It's got to be just annoying, beyond annoying to talk about. Taylor Fritz leans into it in his post-match when he lost here to Sinner in the finals last year and said, I wanted to do this for all of you. I wanted to be the guy to do it. He has leaned into every single hard part of his career. I have so much respect for Taylor Fritz. I have Taylor Fritz going through to the quarterfinals against Novak, and I don't want to choose this one.
Who?
You go first. You go first.
I'm.
Oh, we're doing you can do an audience poll.
Let's
Audience
do
poll.
this. We never have a live audience. So let's do this. So
Yeah,
we're gonna do it based on noise. Okay. So the first people, I want to hear as loud as you can. If there's a hypothetical matchup, Novak versus Fritz in the quarterfinals, who thinks Novak's gonna win?
All right, that's pretty good.
Okay. My favorite thing is like you hear it, and some people go like,
That's how we are.
It's a possibility. It's just a possibility that Novak might make the semis of the U.S. Open. Yeah. Okay. Who's Fritz? Who's Team Canada?
USA.
Whoa.
All right.
Sold. Wait, we need
I'll tell
any
you-
experiment. We need a control group.
How's
Luca Nardi.
Oh,
No, not so much.
I like this fan show because it allows me to
Yeah,
just
exactly.
say,
When
you
you
know
guys
what?
said it.
You
Taylor-
chose for me.
Taylor
/
Fritz.
I don't want to make the pick.
We're still going to make you pick for your bracket.
Do what?
We're still going to make you pick for your bracket.
All right.
Who's still going? Just
Taylor Fritz.
Why are you such a wet blanket? Whatever. All right, Fritz through the semis based on the served fan vote. Has Ben Shelton played any good this summer?
Look at that number 6 by his name.
I'll tell you.
6 seed, Ben Shelton.
I'll tell you something about Ben Shelton. You ready? When he makes the quarterfinals of the Australian Open 3 years ago, it was the first time he had used a passport.
Wow.
Yes. We have been watching on-the-job training from someone who did not have a lot of junior reps, who went to college, who has not been playing challengers since he was 16 years old. The raw athleticism and power mechanisms of Ben Shelton got him to the top 20. I am going to tell you he has grown by leaps and bounds over the last 6 months. And what I'm going to say is going to sound like it's not a compliment, and it is the most complimentary thing that I could possibly say about Ben Shelton now. He is winning points in winning matches in an unspectacular fashion every single week right now. He is a legit top 6 player. That number next to his name is not an accident. I don't know who's in his section.
What do you think? Wait, I'll tell you a Ben Shelton thing real quick. 2 years ago, Andy and I did an event, like a corporate event, and someone asked you about Ben Shelton. I remember you said he's just figuring out how to play tennis.
He is.
Like Luke, that was 2 years ago.
Yep.
He knows how the subtlety, the nuance, the slice, the elements that have crept into his game. He has grown so much as a tennis player. And go ahead.
I'm going to tell you 2 things that have completely changed everything for Ben Shelton, right? On top of just experience. He did not have a reliable chip 2 years ago. It was big, it was extended, the technique didn't get around the outside of the ball, so he was forced to deal with his topspin backhand all the time. The book on him was very simple. Get the return back, easier said than done, and then you pepper the backhand side. He has developed this chip up the line, where if he chips up the line and there's a little check to the right from where Ben is sitting, what does that do? Anyone? Okay, what it does is it means that the most comfortable shot for 99% of earth off of that ball drives the traffic back to his forehand, has completely changed the X's and O's of every single rally that he's in. He's also learned how to take his backhand and hit it really big to big parts of the court, right, to neutralize his opponent. Through the middle, which doesn't create angles. If he hits one hard through the middle, he's most likely getting a forehand on the next ball. So instead of working on a million other things, he's basically used his backhand as a complement to drive traffic to his forehand. He is doing that over and over and over again. So now you have to think of 2 or 3 or 4 things that you're going to do every single time if you want to beat Ben Shelton. Before this draw show, I would have said if he was in anyone else's section besides Sinner or Alcaraz, I would have just put him into the semis regardless of who he had to go against. Ben is in the quarterfinals in my draw, and with emphasis and with confidence, Ben is in the top 6 in the world, and he's not leaving it for a very, very long time.
Whoa.
Cass, let's go with. I'm going to go with Lehechka to the 4th round.
Oh, wow.
Ben beating him in the quarters. What do you like there,
I
JW?
think mixed doubles specialist Casper Ruud, who has not had a great season off of clay, but a former finalist here, I have him. But I have Shelton into the quarters as well. I wish we had 2 cameras. Can we just point out the Flavio Caboli T-shirt that the gentleman is wearing right there is the greatest bit of tennis attire I've seen all day. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
That's committed. I love it.
We need more apparel like that in tennis, but that's fire. I've got Shelton to the quarters. Who do you have in this bottom?
All right.
Who you got?
Opelka Alcaraz first.
There we go. Think that might be under the lights?
I love tennis. Do what? Opelka and straights? Oh, okay. Yeah.
First tennis.
The honeydew strikes again.
That guy Alcaraz definitely hasn't earned the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, he definitely doesn't. Yeah. I'm not going to pick against Carlos Alcaraz, but if you could have Carlos sit down and go through, okay, who are the 5 guys that are unseeded that you don't want to see first round of this tournament? One of them would be Riley Opelka. Right. I'm just telling you, there's a lot. It's hard to take the racket out of Carlos's hands. Opelka's probably one of the few that can do it. Can he do it over the course of 5 sets? Right. Maybe. I'm not going to pick it. He might. Notice how everyone who says something crazy then walks away right away? Like, you're like the 4th person who's done that. Alcaraz is size. See you, man.
Canardi. Have you seen the last, say, 20? We used to see this a while ago, but in the last, say, 20 years, Have we seen one of these big servers just simply serve a top player off the court in a best-of-5 match? I mean, you can do that for a set, but I don't. It's hard to sort of rack your brain to think of a time when a guy just took the racket out of a top player's hand.
Yeah, I mean, the game with Luxilon and with people's ability to return now, it's not as if you're like everyone returns too well now. Yeah. But you still don't want to be on the other side of it. In the top section there, this hurts me because one of my favorite players ever. Talk about maximizing your game. Talk about taking what you have straight to the top of the rankings. Daniil Medvedev is an unbelievable player, former champion here. He lost to a guy named Bonzi early at Wimbledon, and guess who he plays first round here?
Yeah. Buckaroo Bonzi.
Bonzi!
Who also, Bonzi, too, had a nice Cincinnati as well.
Yeah. That's a matchup issue. I have Davidovich Fokina through to the 4th round to lose to Alcaraz. I just can't choose against Alcaraz. I'm going to go out on a limb, everyone.
What do you say?
I have a Sinner Alcaraz final. Anyone else?
What?
I have Jannik Sinner winning the U.S. Open.
I know. So we picked.
Don't yell at me. Do the QR code.
I know. I feel like we picked both.
Go prove it. We'll give away a bunch of merch or something else to whoever beats us.
Wait, we've got like 5 minutes, so just real quick, curious. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if we're doing this in good faith, how do you not pick either Alcaraz or Sinner? Show of volume. Who thinks Alcaraz is getting revenge for Wimbledon? Who thinks Sinner defends his title?
It's pretty even.
Who thinks Opelka's going to win in straight first round against?
I gotta say, it's really hard to pick against Jannik Sinner, isn't it?
On a hard court, it's rough. I had Alcaraz winning at Roland Garros. I had Alcaraz winning at Wimbledon. 1 out of 2 ain't bad, but if you take Sinner's dominance on all surfaces and then you make the conversation even more specific to hard courts over the last 2 years, it has been amazing what he has been able to accomplish. You can't go. I first started saying this about Roger and then Rafa and then Novak, Alcaraz. Sinner. You can't go through him because he's too good there. You can't go around him.
Right.
What do? I get asked the question, what would you do if you were coaching someone against Sinner? And I still don't have a great response. Past, you can't make it predictable. I know that. So you're going to have to do something nuts, which is risky. Well, there's no good answer to that question. It's kind of similar to prime Novak, right? Where it's like his defensive skills are so good, but if you leave the ball hanging, he's going to put you away. You can do it off both sides, can hit line off both sides, can hit cross off both sides. Returns great, serves so much better. You know, you can boo my pick if you want, but I doubt you can make an argument as to why I'm crazy for making it at this point. I think I can reverse that conversation a little bit more. We have about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on this stage. Does anyone have any questions that they want to ask? Just yell them at us, and if not, go ahead. Do what?
Where's our Olipop?
Where's our
Olipop?
Yeah. You like the Maria Ups? Yeah, she was fantastic. Congrats to her. We're going to the Hall of Fame to do a show in 2 days there. Maria Sharapova getting in this year. How about the Bryan brothers? Anyone like Bob and Mike Bryan? I'll tell you, and raise your hand if you have another question, and I'll go ahead. Sorry. Besides Carlos and Sinner, who has the next best chance to make the final? I actually think it's Ben Shelton.
Over Novak.
Based on draw, based on the Opelka of things, like I think Ben Shelton has leveled up. Novak, I think going through Fritz and then Alcaraz, and that's a tough one. Novak, I think third favorite to anyone, but based on draw, I think Ben Shelton. In that beautiful Federer cap back there. Oh God, I've never seen those before. Who's going to win a slam not named Alcaraz and Sinner? Ben might be on that list too. I think Fonseca will win a major at some point, but I think we're probably years away from that conversation. Not named Alcaraz and Sinner, I don't know, like Swiatek or Sabalenka.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry?
Fokina.
Davidovich Fokina? Yeah, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, I have him through to the 4th round. I think he has had an amazing year. Sneaky on hard courts, by the way. We automatically like to pigeonhole people from Spain as clay court specialist. I would argue that his best surface is on a hard court. I don't know that I see him going through Alcaraz in the 4th round, but great question. I hope he wins his first title. I mean, gosh, he's too good for that, right? He is such a good player. I hope he gets there. I thought he was there in Washington, but Demon had other plans. Sunglasses, black coat. What's up? That's fine. Yeah, match against Fernando Gonzalez, one of my favorite people of all time. I love Fernando Gonzalez as a person. Him and Masoud did a lot of great things for tennis in Chile on the heels of Marcelo Rios's. I love Fernando Gonzalez. He will always have a special place in my heart. Thank you for asking about him. Lakers. Prime Roger is center right now.
That's a good one to end on.
What surface?
It's surface dependent big time. Grass, I think Roger has probably the greatest skill set that's ever existed on grass still in his prime. I think I'd still take Roger in his prime, but the fact that that's a hard question to answer shows you how good Sinner is and shows you what I think of Sinner. What doesn't exist currently, I think outside of Alcaraz, and I was having this conversation with a tennis buddy of mine last week, is Roger would be able to switch pacing, would be able to mix it up, would be able to serve and volley, would be able to mix his second serves around, would be able to put Jannik in different parts of the court. As great as Taylor Fritz is at what he does, Sinner knows what's coming. And if Sinner knows what's coming, it's like a great hitter in baseball knowing what pitch is coming. The variety on the heels of all of these guys being so good from the baseline, being able to take full cuts with Luxalon. Daniil Medvedev is a great player. He's a Hall of Fame player. Sinner knows what's coming during that matchup. Against Roger, Sinner wouldn't know what was coming from point to point. That's why Carlos has been successful in their head-to-head, is because he can give Sinner a different look, and Jannik doesn't always know what's coming. So Roger would be able to show him a different look and adjust throughout the match. Right there, 2 blue shirts back-to-back. Those will be our last 2 questions for the day. You first, closer. You're both wearing Duke stuff also. These will be incredibly smart questions, I can only assume. I hate this question so much. Next American man to win a slam, I don't know. I'm not going to say it out loud because what I don't want to do is have to have Ben or Taylor
I was going to say
answer for it.
Taylor Sheridan.
I have my opinion. I would choose Taylor or Ben. I'm not going to mince words just because I don't want to be a pain in their ass this week when they're going into the U.S. Open. So that's probably the only question that I'll ever dodge just because I don't want them to have to deal with my crap. But he might have given up on the question. I'm not sure. I think Swiatek beats Rybakina in the women's final. One more. Will I be able to hit 130 tonight?
That's a yes. 132nd serve.
We will see. I hope so. And if I can't hit 130, I will do it exactly one time tonight. Hey, I want to thank you all. Thank you
guys.
Thanks, everyone.
We started this little show not knowing if anyone would care at all. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being nerds for this game of tennis. Thank you for asking great questions week to week. We see you in the comments. We see you subscribing. We see you doing all these things to support our little show. I know I speak for Techie Sean in the back. Give him a round of applause. He's not up front. He handles all the stuff. I don't know how he does it. I don't understand their world. Producer Mike, who makes this thing run so smoothly.
Thank you, guys.
JW for always giving the insights. I will never let tennis control my geography again. That means I need someone who knows what's happening on the ground to report back and to share the stories of people that are 120 in the world, switching nationalities. What are the biggest stories out? No one does a better job in tennis than our own Jon Wertheim. This show is not possible without him. Social Sophie. Round of applause for Social Sophie back here. Making fun of everyone in tennis, including myself, on our served Instagram. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for making our show possible. We appreciate you. We'll see you on the side for a picture if you want it. Thanks for supporting our podcast.
Scan the QR code,
It's going to be a great U.S. Open. Thank you.
Go enjoy the Open.
Support Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. Prime is more than just fast, free delivery. It's your go-to for streaming music, movies, and sports. Plus, it's also a great way to connect with the things you love. Into skiing? Stream ski films on Prime Video even when the slopes are bare. Love fishing? You can get new gear delivered fast and be back by the water in no time. Planning your next big trip? Prime helps you get everything you need faster than you can write your out-of-office email. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.